You can smoke on the tour bus, but only in the jump seat while traveling over 55 miles per hour. And stripping in the workplace is prohibited unless your clothes are actually on fire. Those are just a couple of the stringent and some might say strange rules helping propel the rapid growth and success of record company Strange Music. CEO Travis Ogwin joins us from Kansas City now to discuss. Welcome, Travis. Pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, Travis, the music industry's financial challenges have been well documented, but you are expecting to bring in about $22 million this year. Is this due to your focus on touring and live performances, coupled with this strict code of conduct?
You know, at this point, I think everything in the music business kind of surrounds the live performance aspect. And in addition to that, the merchandising. And if you're not disciplined, you're not going to be able to go out there and capitalize on those two things. So I do believe that. And, you know, the future is actually becoming a little bit brighter for the music business. And I'm looking forward to what happens over the next few years with this whole new streaming aspect and all the new digital ways in which people consume music.
All right. Well, we're so curious about your rules because some of them are quite specific. Were they reactions to actual events?
You know what? Every single rule in the tour book is because of something that somebody has done. So as crazy as that may sound, because there's so many rules in there, I mean, I would have never guessed that I would have had to put in the rule book, do not light anything on fire while on stage. But Machine Gun Kelly actually helped me write that one because he did it multiple times. So yeah, every single thing in that book, believe it or not, is due to somebody's actions.
So how serious are you about the rules and what happens when they are broken?
You know what? Each rule has a different variance as far as a different degree of punishment. And what we've done is we used to talk about all these rules and the things that we wanted you to do and not do. And I could really talk until I was purple and nobody really had registered. So what we started doing was implementing fines, a fining system that would allow us to maintain order, because once I started hitting people in their pockets, it allowed me to get their attention and they began to think a little bit more about their actions. So you know, and it wasn't, you know, one of the things, too, is a lot of people assumed, OK, well, he's just going to fine us and then that's going to be more money for him. The unique thing about these tour rules, and I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but at the end of the tour, whoever got fined gets to pick the charity of their choosing, as long as it's a legitimate, real charity, of course. And we actually donate all of their fines in their name to that particular charity.
Ah, that sounds like an incentive of sorts. Now, what I'm glad you mentioned Machine Gun Kelly, because he says he may have racked up more fines than profit. Do you find that there are some artists who just have such a rebellious spirit that they chafe against these rules and can't follow them even if they wanted to?
You know what? He was a challenge, but I got to be honest with you, it wasn't as bad as maybe it seems. He definitely did not get fined near to the amount that he made, but he was one of the ones that got fined probably more than most, right? And sometimes, I mean, you're in the music business, and a lot of people's perception, especially newer artists, think that it's supposed to be one way, and they kind of forget about the whole business part of that music business. So we try to educate them, we try to teach them, and we try to show them the way. And, we've taken a lot of people out on tour. I took Kendrick Lamar out with us before he broke, and he learned a lot. But Kendrick was never an issue because he was more of a student of how to make this thing work for himself. And a lot of the other guys, I mean, even E40, everybody they, for the most part, abide by the rules. And I've had entire tours where nobody on the entire tour out of 32, 35 people received a single fine.
I'm just curious about how many of your rules apply to artists meeting and greeting fans, because I know that fan outreach is an important part of your strategy, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the fans are everything, especially for us. I mean, we've never had really mainstream success. I mean, we're starting to have more and more of it at radio because the landscape of terrestrial radio has changed considerably. And we're starting, I have a song right now in the top 40 on the rap charts and on the rhythmic charts. But the way that we built it was going one fan at a time and spreading that word and getting them engaged. And we've created a bit of a cult following because of it. And, we treat the fan with the utmost respect. We're doing doing this because of them, and really we put them first in all of our thinking. So we're on time with our performances. We're very much so on time with our merchandise, any of the orders. We have an overwhelming sense of customer response and respect, and those fans are why we're here today and doing what we're doing.
And did you and your partner TEC9 work on something together before launching Strange Music?
You know what? When I met him, I was actually investing in an urban apparel company, and we were doing some things for him, like we did certain stage clothes for him and stuff like that. It was a way to cross-promote our brand at that time, and also get him into some better-looking stage gear and things like that. So we started the relationship like that in the clothing side.
And what are your plans? How many artists do you have now at Strange Music, and how many do you plan to have? And finally, are you adding any more rules?
You know what? I think we find we normally add anywhere from 2 to 3 rules per tour. I'm not sure that we had any from this fall tour because it ran really, really smooth. But we have 14 different artists on the label. We've also 3 of those artists are in our new pop division, which is something we're branching into and expanding on and really trying to get traction with. And you know, as far as going back to the rules, though, I hope not to add any more. I mean, honestly, it would be great if I didn't add a single rule. That means nothing else went wrong. You know what I mean?
Travis O'Guin, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you very much.